Large fish tank, small fish tank. Large fish tank contains more fishes and invertebrates. Experienced people would suggest use a fish tank as large as possible. Whenever putting many fishes into the tank at a time, or changing any maintenance procedures according to the new creature's behavior. Large water capacity can ease the changes of water properties to avoid affecting any existing creature. But for beginners, they might ignore many signs of going worst of water quality that made the concentration of nitrite and nitrate accumulating to dangerous level. At last, catastrophic death occurred. When it happened, it was difficult to turn water quality from worst to normal of such large amounts of water. For beginners, it was an impossible mission. Therefore, beginners are better to use small fish tanks to raise marine creatures for first time. Generally, a fish tank containing 100 liters of water or below is categorized as a small fish tank. For example, a fish tank with 18 cm length, 13 cm wide, 14 cm height contains 96 liters of water. To simulate the end cycle in a fish tank, it is implemented by physical filtration, biological filtration, and chemical filtration together. The most popular method of physical filtration is using filtering cotton. One of most popular and cheap applications is putting it in a top filter. It drives water into its filtering compartment. The filtering cotton separates any not dissolved leftover foods and thins powder from water. It prevents the powder to dissolve into water to produce any ammonia furthermore, and reduce tiny suspending matters in water, which may hurt the gills of fishes and breathing organs of other creatures, so as to cause any sickness. After physical filtration, it goes to biological filtration to decompose the ammonia and nitrite in water. Generally, place the bow rings after filtering cottons to proceed biological filtration. Bow ring has many tiny hoses on surface and inside. It increases the surface area for nitrifying bacteria to stick with, and new-bred nitrifying bacteria to move in. Otherwise, it suspends in water and may die during going through any water pump. The hollow design of the bow ring lets water bringing in oxygen and going through every bow ring smoothly in the filter compartments. This design increases the nitrification efficiency. Top filters are always in rectangular shapes. Not much space left after put in the filtering cotton. It can only place very limited quantity of bow rings. It is not enough to nitrify the poison produced by creatures' fins, though using good quality of bow rings. In principle of leading water bringing oxygen to go through a biological cabin with much surface area to proceed a high efficiency of nitrification. Aquarium industry developed a cheap and quite high efficiency pipe bedding with sand system to use as shore. The concept of pipe bedding with sand filtering is placing a plastic fence-shaped frame at the bottom of the fish tank. Cover the frame with a 5 cm thickness of sand bed. A terminal pipe passes through the sand bed and connects to a submersible pump. It pumps water out from the pipe frame. Fish tank water is sucked through the sand bed. Nitrifying bacteria stick on sands, nitrifies the ammonia and nitrite. Further bred nitrifying bacteria can stick to the surface of nearby sands. The pipe frame structure is simple and cost is low. It can be DIY. You may go to a hardware shop to buy a PVC plastic pipe with internal diameter in 1.5 cm and few right angle and T-shaped connectors. Bond them into a fence-shaped frame, which is fit into the bottom of the fish tank. At the bottom side of the pipes, use a hand saw to saw out several pit lines. The distance between the pit lines is around 5 cm. Then use the plastic net to wrap the pipes. It prevents any sand clogs the pit lines, or is struck into the pump to damage its axle parts. Therefore, do not use powder-sized sand, but small sand with 1 to 2 mm size. At the very bottom of the sandbed, you may put a thinner layer of large sand or coral bone fragments. This layer surrounds the pit lines of the pipes to reduce the obstruction for water into the pipes. For the submersible pump, it is ideally including funnel-shaped parts for water entrance and redirectional parts for water exit. The funnel-shaped parts connect the terminal pipe to the submersible pump without using any soft plastic tube. The redirectional parts for water exit guides water floating toward water surface to create wave to dissolve air as well as oxygen into water. When buying this submersible pump, choose the hourly pumping rate equals to 2 to 3 times of the fish tank water capacity. For example, a small fish tank with 19.6 lit water capacity. Choose a pump with pumping rate of 200 to 300 lit of water per hour. If planning to feed many fishes, 2.5 cm more thickness sandbed should be laid, and choose a pump with weight of 400 lit per hour. Don't use a pump with weight exceeding 4 times of fish tank water capacity. Otherwise, water went through the sandbed too fast and barely proceeds nitrification before it goes back to the fish tank. It decreases the nitrification efficiency. Better pipes suck water through the sandbed to proceed nitrification. Water brought tiny suspending matters into the sandbed. The sandbed provides the physical filtration as well. It will make water very transparent. After some time, it has been stocking much sediment. If not taking care of it, the sandbed is clogged. At the corners of the fish tank, absence of water flow causes lack of oxygen. Some black poison compounds may form. Hence, the fish tank using pipe bedding with sand requires to wash the sandbed periodically. When the stream coming out from the pump becomes slower, it indicates to need to wash the sandbed. Before washing the sandbed, stop all filters and pumps. Take all creatures and 2/3 of water out from the fish tank. Keep them at somewhere temporary. Remember to use an air pump to provide oxygen to creatures. If the weather is cold, put a heater into the water. It avoids any creature death during washing the sandbed. To wash the sandbed, use hands to stir the sand slowly in the fish tank. Do not use any fresh water to wash it. Rapid mix of salt and fresh water kills much nitrifying bacteria. Washing sandbed in such way to avoid all nitrifying bacteria leaving the sand. It keeps as much as nitrifying bacteria in the sandbed. During picking sediment up from the sandbed, then drain the dirty water off the tank. When finished the cleaning, prepare synthetic seawater equals 1/3 of the tank water capacity and pour into the fish tank. Then pour water kept at the temporary place into the fish tank until the water level reaches half of the fish tank height. Then switch on the filter containing filtering cotton for filtering out any suspending matters left in the water. When the water goes quite clear, put all creatures and water kept at the temporary place back into the fish tank. At last, switch on the submersible pump, and the whole sandbed washing work is finished. Pile bedding with sand filtering system can breed much nitrifying bacteria. Comparing to other biological filtration methods, it can nitrify much more ammonia and nitriles. Therefore, if you like to keep many fishes in the tank, save money to buy high efficiency filters and filtering materials, and don't mind to do the complicated sandbed washing periodically. Pile bedding with sand filtering is a good idea. If planning to keep any invertebrates, you must know that it's quite trouble to take out the invertebrates. In addition, invertebrate is quite weak, therefore it may die easily during kept at the temporary place. So, few people using this filtering method for invertebrates. In next episode, I will introduce other biological filtering methods in small fish tanks.